Have you ever discovered a detail in a theme park and thought, there's gotta be a story behind that? Well, you've come to the right place. We're Amanda, Kevin, and Kim, the team behind We're in the Park, and we've spent years exploring theme parks and finding the details that most people miss. Now, we're diving into the history, stories, and secrets behind those magical details. So grab your curiosity, and maybe even a churro, and let's explore the parks together, one detail at a time.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the We're in the Park podcast. I'm Kim, and in this episode, I will be sharing a hidden gem located just outside Knott's Berry Farm. It's a tunnel under Beach Boulevard that connects Grand Avenue to the east parking lot. Construction began on this tunnel in 1959 to provide access to vehicles to the parking lot and a walkway for park guests. Today, the tunnel provides access for park guests to move between the park, Knott's Soak City Water Park, Independence Hall, and the parking lot. But it's not just a tunnel. After many years, the tunnel has been revitalized with a new mural. This artwork pays tribute to Knott's past and present, featuring many beloved characters and attractions. Longtime fans may recall that the underpass once had a mural on the pedestrian side, which was removed shortly after Cedar Fair took over. For the park's 100th anniversary, a new mural now decorates the vehicle side of the tunnel, celebrating the park's history. And it looks absolutely fantastic. It's wonderful to see artwork in the Beach Boulevard tunnel again, especially considering how tribute art exhibits have become a significant part of Knott's seasonal events lately. I will be describing the images on the mural from left to right, but you can head over to our page, we'reinthepark.com/podcast, to find a full blog that has all the photos of the mural. The links are in the show notes. First, you find a pterodactyl, T-Rex, Triceratops, and glowing clocks from the Kingdom of the Dinosaurs, which opened on May 23, 1987. This was a journey into the past featuring 21 fully animated creatures and environmental special effects. The attraction closed in 2004, and that building sat vacant from 2004 to 2014 before an interactive water-themed voyage to the Iron Reef opened in 2015. The White Tower in the back is Supreme Scream, which debuted in 1998 and still today transports thrill seekers straight up 252 feet in midair before propelling them back down at speeds topping 50 miles an hour, experiencing 3 seconds of total weightlessness. The excitement doesn't end there, though, as riders will bounce halfway back up the structure before finally returning to the launch pad. That's a hard pass for me. Next is a volcano that was originally built by Walter Knott back in 1939, but this version shown here is what it looked like when it was moved in 1952 near Marion and Tony Knott's sports shop. The wooden roller coaster in the back is GhostRider, which opened also in 1998 and is the longest, tallest, and fastest wooden roller coaster on the West Coast and is the largest attraction at Knott's Berry Farm. Along the bottom of the entire work, you will find boysenberry bushes. The first character pictured is Sad-Eye Joe, who can be found in the Peak Inn located at the jail in Ghost Town. His head was carved by artist Andy Anderson and put on display in the park in 1941. Next to Joe is Sheriff Bryce Wheeler, aka Deadwood, as portrayed by the late Michael M.B. Hardy, who was a fan favorite at the farm, portraying several characters over the years. He passed away in the summer of 2024. Behind them is the Knott's Berry Farm version of Independence Hall, complete with Italian cypress trees and the USA and California state flags as found in front of the building at Knott's. To hear more about Independence Hall, check out our episode from July 4th. The train next to them is the Denver and Rio Grande Western number 340 steam locomotive, which was America's last operating narrow-gauge railroad, which Walter Knott bought in 1952. The TNT is a reference to the explosion that happens in the Calico Mine Ride, which can be seen behind the lumberjack, with the mountain and the train loading building represented. The raccoon, the woman behind Whiskey Bill, and the woman seated next to Whiskey Bill are all from the Timber Mountain Log Ride poster. Behind them is a fountain that is located in Charleston Circle in front of Knott's Berry Tales. It was originally a prop in the film Hello Dolly in 1969 before being purchased by Walter Knott and put into what was then known as the Roaring Twenties area of the park. Behind the fountain is the lift hill for the Timber Mountain Log Ride. The large character with his name Whittles on his hat is based on a creation by Pete Winters of Orange's Paul Mitchell Advertising Agency in 1960. Knott had requested a friendly character to be created to represent the farm, and the character known as the Old Timer was created and put into employee paperwork, as well as ticket books, park signage, and advertising. In the spring of 1973, the Old Timer was transformed into a walk-around character named Whittles. He went away for a while, but an updated costume was created in 2021 and is still available for photos in the park. The wooden character to the right of Whittles is a Catawampus. This creature was created in 1939 and placed near the Knott volcano. It was originally made of a branch, scrub brush, and set of ram's horns. The current version, which looks a lot like the one in the painting, was updated by wood artist Forrest Morrow in 1964 and is now found under the windmill at the livery barn in Calico. Behind the Catawampus are two employees, one dressed in a Camp Snoopy uniform and the other is in a guest services uniform. They can also be found in Jeff Delgado's art celebrating the park's 100th anniversary called Knott's Family Reunion. Behind them, there is a log vehicle with 4 guests going down the final drop of Timber Mountain Log Ride, which opened in 1969 and was renovated in 2013. The bandit with the red handkerchief over his face represents one of the bandits that holds up the Calico train, which was mentioned earlier. The 2 bears are Girlsome Bear and Boysenberry Bear from Knott's Berry Tales, which originally opened in 1975, but was replaced with Kingdom of the Dinosaurs. In 2021, Knott's Berry Tales Return to the Fair premiered. Above the bears are 2 more park employees, one dressed in the uniform for Mrs. Knott's Chicken Dinner Restaurant and the other for GhostRider. Behind them is the arch for Accelerator, which opened in 2000. The woman in the pink dress is a Calico Saloon girl. The young man behind her in the black cowboy hat is dressed in the uniform they used to wear at the Haunted Shack. The older couple at the center of this work are Cordelia and Walter Knott, with the Knott's Berry Farm logo on a wooden wheel that reads Established 1920. Behind them is the original berry stand. The man behind the Knotts and to the right is an employee dressed in the boardwalk uniform, like you would see at the loading area for HangTime. The large white beagle and oversized young man represent the costumed walk-around character versions of Charles Schulz's Snoopy and Charlie Brown, who will be found in Camp Snoopy, which opened in 1983. Far behind them is the Knott's Sky Cabin Tower, depicted back when it was also Sky Jump, a parachute drop ride that closed in 1999. The employee to their right is dressed in the uniform found on the ushers at Walter Knott Theater, which was formerly Charles Schulz's Theater, Good Time Theater, and John Wayne Theater. Next to her is the old prospector and his mule. They used to walk around Ghost Town, but today a statue of them can be seen from the corner of Beach Boulevard and La Palma Avenue. Behind them are 2 bakery employees, and behind them is HangTime, which opened in 2018. To the right is the legendary Bigfoot, representing the former namesake of Calico River Rapids, back when it was Bigfoot Rapids from 1988 to 2019. On the bench next to Bigfoot sits the Calico Belles, from another one of artist Claude Bell's bench people statues. These ladies were modeled after Marilyn Schuler and Cecilia Peterson, 2 Calico Saloon entertainers. The sculptures were put in the park in 1954 and are usually found in front of Calico Candy Shop. The colors in the painting match closer to the original versions than what is found in the park today. Behind them are 2 citizens of Ghost Town. Ike Mayfield is on the left with the red bandana around his neck, and Flint Stalick is on the right with the safety pin in his hat. Behind them is the general blacksmithing shop that is in Ghost Town today. To the right of the blacksmith shop is Mrs. Knott's Chicken Dinner Restaurant, along with a giant white rooster with a green sash that stood outside the restaurant for years, who was named Rufus. In the background is Silver Bullet, which opened in 2004. In the foreground is a woman holding a folding fan. That is Miss Cameo Kate from the Burl Q Review show at the Birdcage Theater. To her left, our right, is the Wells Fargo Stage Line Stagecoach, which is one of the 6 stagecoaches used on the Butterfield Stagecoach attraction in the park. totem pole behind them is located between the bottle house and the stage at Indian Trails. Behind the horses drawing the stagecoach is Cloud 9, which according to the signs is currently playing Sea Dream 3D. Cloud 9 opened in 1976 in a building that was previously used as stables for the horses of the Butterfield stagecoach line. The show Sea Dream 3D was created for Marineland in Florida in 1976, but was run in Cloud 9 to compete with Disneyland's Captain EO in 1987. Sea Dream 3D was a 23-minute quasi-documentary film featuring a number of spectacular into-the-lens 3D shots both above and below sea level. It is now the Boardwalk Ballroom, which is used for corporate events and Not Scary Farm shows. In front of Cloud 9 is a raft from Calico River Rapids. Behind Cloud 9 is Montezooma's Revenge, originally opened in 1978 but closed in 2022 for renovations. It is due to reopen sometime in 2025. To the right is a bear and prospector having his hat removed by a squirrel. They are both also found on the 50th anniversary poster for the Timber Mountain Log Ride. Behind them is the original entrance of Knott's Berry Tales, and also the entrance of the Soapbox Racer, complete with cartoon cat over the old entrance sign. Soapbox Racers opened in 1980, but closed in 1996. There is also spinning ride vehicles for the Hat Dance, which is still in Fiesta Village. To the right is a woman in a traditional Mexican dress. Behind her are the tracks for Jaguar, followed by the entrance to the ride, which debuted in 1995. To her left, our right, is the Angel Fountain that used to be in front of Casa California in the Fiesta Village before the area was refurbished in 2023. In front of the fountain is a bush of marigolds, symbolic of the sun, life, and death in Mexican cultures. Well, that's a wrap for this episode. I hope you enjoyed this review of the mural and a stroll through the visual history of Knott's Berry Farm. Be sure to take a little detour to the tunnel to get a closer look at this amazing mural. Thanks so much for listening. And just a reminder, if you want to see the details that were discussed in today's episode, head on over to our Facebook group, Where in the Park Explorers. There you can join the conversation and even share your own pictures and stories. You can also visit our page, whereinthepark.com/podcast to find the full blog of all the photos from today's episodes. Links are in the show notes below. Until next time, we'll see you somewhere in the park.
Thanks for exploring with us today. If you have enjoyed this episode, please take a moment to leave us a 5-star rating and review, and be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode, and don't forget to check out the accompanying photos at whereinthepark.com/podcast. Do you have a park detail that you'd like to learn more about? Please share it with us on our private Facebook group, Where in the Park Explorers. Until next time, we'll see you somewhere in the park.